Hello, whistleblowers everywhere. Today's tune breakdown is a very popular hornpipe known as the Boys of Blue Hill. One of the first tunes I ever learnt, certainly the first hornpipe I ever learnt many years ago. And even though it may be a bit of an old chestnut, it's still a fantastic tune. And I still very much enjoy playing it. So I'm going to play it at 60 on my metronome. But we're going to count it in 2-2 rather than 4-4. 2-2 is known as cut common time, so it's basically the same except that they're going 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. And it's much better to count hornpipes and certainly reels in what's known as cut common time. It's just where your foot would naturally want to tap the beat. So here's my click at 60 and off we go. Boys of Blue Hill. 1. So this is a two-part hornpipe. We have the A part which is repeated and we have the B part which is repeated. And like many tunes it starts on what's known as an anacrusis. So we're counting 1, 2, 3 and we come in on the fourth beat. So 1, 2, 3. So let's have a look at the first two bars and see what we can add in terms of some simple ornaments. So I'm just cutting the first B on the first bar. Bar 2, I'm going to cut the first B. Now we can cut the E or we can put a short roll on that E. Either work. So let's do those first two bars. So bar 3. So you can put a cut on the A and a cut on the G. So and on the last bar, put a cut on that F sharp. Now if you want on the B, you can again short roll it or you can just do a tap. Or yeah, so you can just tap that or you can do the short roll. So let's have a look at that first line again. So here we go. And then same thing with that second line. So I'm cutting the B. Second bar, second line, cut the B again. You can short roll it, or you can just cut it. So the same thing as that third bar on the first line, same cut. So cutting the A, cutting the G. So what I like to do is put a little trill on the F sharp. So just down, up, down, up, down. So it always sounds better if you tongue that at the start of the trill. And you can do it without tonguing it, but it sounds much cleaner to tongue that F sharp if you're going to trill it. Okay, so let's have a look slowly at the first A part. So here we go. 1, 2. And then we repeat it. So on the second time, after we've done the first time bar, go back to the beginning. On the second time, we've got the same, and we've got those two little eighth notes, those two quavers, F sharp and G, which lead us onto the second part, or the B part. Right, so now we've got that. Let's try that at 60. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then second time bar leads us on to the B part. Okay, so let's have a look at the B part now and see what we can do in terms of some simple ornamentation. So we're going to start the B part from the last two notes on the second time bar, from the F sharp and G. So it's going to go. Now, we've cut in the first high A, and we've got options on the second high A. So we can go, or we can do a short roll. Or you could just tap it. But I think the short roll sounds nice on that high A. So, or if you can just cut it. Both of them sound fine, so depends what you want to do. You can mix and match. You can cut it the first time, maybe second time do a short roll, or even just add the tap. Again, it's up to you. Play it the way that you want to. Okay, so the second bar of the third line. Again, I'm going to cut that high B. And again, you can do a short roll. So let's have a look at those two bars on the third line. Now just with the cuts. And then in the third bar, we've got that recurring pattern that we have in the A part. So we've got so the same thing. Or short roll. And then the last line, just a repeat of the last line of the second time. And then we have the same first time bar, which is the same as the second time bar in the A part. So we go back after playing the first time bar, play the second part again, and then just finish on the second time bar. So let's play that through really slowly. And now let's try it with our click set to 60. 1, 2. Okay, so I've slowed my click right down to 44 because we're going to play it through really slowly, A and B part, just to practice those cuts and the short rolls that we put in earlier. So this is quite a bit slower than 60, so this will give you a chance to hopefully play along and try and get some of those ornaments in. So 1, 2, 1. So now we've got the most basic of versions with the ornamentation. Let's look at what we can do to add a little bit of variation. Now with variation, it's entirely up to you what you do with it in terms of whether you add a little bit or add a whole load of it. It's kind of a personal choice. So I'm going to show you some of the variations that I do. Now there are not a load of variations which I put in, but just a few little things and a few little twiddles which I like to put in. So let's go from the top, and I'll just play the first A part, and then I'll break down what I'm doing. So there. I'll put some additional triplets. So again, you can do them legato or you can triple tongue them as staccato. So yeah, choice. That's probably all I would do on that bit. So the next two bars. So I've got some little twiddly bits. So I'm just going G, A, G, F. And the same thing with the F, G, F. And then the last bar on that line. So I'm doing those little, so note itself, note above note itself. So I guess it would be known as an upper mordant in classical music, but we'll just call them twiddles. Now you combine that with those cuts we did earlier. It sounds really, it sounds great actually. So let's do the whole of the first line with the variations. Now with the, can do the same triplets again. Again, you can add triplets to that. I'm just going a D, F sharp, A triplet. So I've got so I've just added an extra triplet on from the D to the A. I'm going D, F sharp, A, so it's going. So you can try maybe adding another triplet in a different place. So I do a longer trill on the first time bar and the second time bar because the note's a bit longer. So I probably wouldn't do too much else in terms of ornaments on that one and changing things up. Again, have a go at trying some of your own variations. Lots of things you can do. Try them out, see what works for you. And as long as I said, as long as you're sticking mostly to the form of the tune, you can add some little triplets, you can add some little shakes or some trills. Yeah, so it's a good idea to try things out, see what works for you. So now we've got the B part. So we can do a little triplet. So I'm going A, G, F, D, F, G, A. And again, I've added a few little triplets on those. Let's break them down slowly. So, third line. So on that second bar on the third line, I'm going E, F, G, F, G, A, B. And again. Yeah, it sounds quite nice, that. So then we've got so we can go and do the same thing, or you could sort of see if you can add some triplets in that last bit. So that could be a nice little variation. So I'm just going. So let's do that third line with some of those triplet variations we've put in. Let's do it again a bit slower. And then the last line, again, we can do something similar to what we did. And there I'm just tripleting everything. So, last line. Let's try the whole of that B part now with the variations. Yeah, so that last, the first bar on the last line, you can triplet everything. So let's play through really slowly with the variation on the A and on the B part. So here we go. there I threw in some variations with this. So again, let's play it through at 44, so you can have a go at playing it along with me. So the first time I'm going to play it as written with the ornamentation, then the second time I'm going to add the variation. Yeah, so we're going to play it through twice. Both parts repeated, and first time as written, second time with the added variation. So I'm going to do it slowly at 44. 1, 2, 1. So, like anything else, like all the other tunes that we do breakdowns for, the variations are up to you. If you like them, then use them. Um, and if you don't like them, then you don't have to use them. It's all about personal preference and personal choice, yeah? Um, so, try some of the variations out. See how you get on with them. As I say, there's plenty of scope for you to even throw in some of your own variations. And this is really what's traditional whistling and instrumentation and playing is about. It's about finding your own voice, and that's a really important thing to do. You don't want to play exactly like somebody else, even if you admire them and think they're absolutely wonderful. You don't want to be an imitator. You want to try and develop your own style of playing and your own variations. So do experiment, have a go, try things out. It may sound great, it may sound absolutely awful, but you won't know until you try. So give it a go, see how you get on. So that's the Boys of Blue Hill, and as ever, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this useful. If you have found this tune breakdown useful and you are finding these tutorials useful, then please let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions for future tune breakdowns or any other informative tutorials. Then give me a shout, let me know. And importantly of all, if you would like to hit that subscribe button, that would be fantastic. It means that I can spend more time and do more of these tune breakdowns and other tutorials which you may find useful. Okay folks, well that's about it from me for today, and I look forward to seeing you all again shortly for another tune breakdown tutorial, or perhaps me just waffling on about something or other. Anyway folks, I shall see you all shortly. Bye for now.